when it comes to media franchises in general, typically you'll see that the source material is always much better than the reimagined material, such as live actions, animated. I'm going to even say the news most of the time. And the reason is just because with the reimagined version of the actual source material, there's always a different director. They usually have to do different things to not only be able to keep an audience engaged while watching it instead of like reading it or instead of seeing it in person, but also the fact that they have to seek out for a larger audience. That's really the purpose of why we ever get a live action or animated, not just keep the source material by itself. It's because it's supposed to always adhere to a larger audience and gain a more following. This can always be said the same for anime. Without a doubt, it's been plethora of shows that's had better mangas than their animes, and it's sad to say, but Tokyo Revengers is without a doubt in that category. Now, before we start, don't get me wrong, I finally enjoyed the Tokyo Revengers anime and as well as the manga, but I just can't let this go by without actually speaking on it. Also, if you do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button. It'll be doing me much of a favor, so thank you very much. Anyways, with the little talk that season 2 of Tokyo Revengers was getting, I was kind of worried. I was like, did the season even actually drop? Because I was confused if it did or not. Because if you remember, back in 2021, season 1 of Tokyo Revengers, it was through the roof. It was probably the most popular anime in 2021, maybe besides Demon Slayer. Like, season 1 of Tokyo Revengers was crazy. Everybody was talking about Toman and all of that. And then season 2 comes and you don't hear nothing. And so I had to watch. I was like, what's up with this? Because I've been reading the manga. The manga's hype. So I'm like, season 2 of the anime is gonna go crazy. But no words of it at all. So I was confused. I'm like, is something wrong? Did the studio like budget lose something like that? They couldn't finish all the way? And so I watched it and I came to understanding of exactly what happened. You see, the Tokyo Revengers manga, it masterfully navigates its complex plot with clear and concise storytelling, in which its pacing is on spot and ensuring every plot point receives the attention it deserves. But in contrast, the anime can feel rushed at times, losing some of the manga's emotional impact and depth, in which I can surely say that this is definitely what happened within the anime. As a fan of Tokyo Revengers, we can easily say that Tokyo Revengers was not hyped because of its animation like some other shows. No, that wasn't even the case. Tokyo Revengers was hyped for its great storytelling and plot structure, but also not only its characterization, but even as well as some of the fights. Even though it wasn't animated the best, the way it was portrayed was fun and it was great. But season 2 wasn't able to keep that going. And that's because within the manga, it allows readers to connect the dots more organically, creating a more immersive experience compared to the anime's occasional reliance on exposition, in which the manga's artwork is also a feast for the eyes, which it captures intense emotions and dynamic action sequences with remarkable detail. You're able to paint the own picture while the anime paints it for you. Now, don't get me wrong, while the anime does do it best, which it tries its best to replicate the manga panels, a more fluid animation style could have amplified the impact of Tokyo Revengers' thrilling moments. You see, Tokyo Revengers Season 2, it pretty much copied panel for panel of the manga. That's pretty much what it seemed like. Now, the beginning of Season 2 and the very end of Season 2 was great. It felt just like Season 1. But throughout that middle portion, it didn't do it for me. It was kind of mediocre. And that's because the anime, while it was attempting to maintain faithfulness, it occasionally struggled to convey the same depth, resulting in moments where character motivation just was not as clear. Now, no piece of art is without flaws, and the manga is definitely not an exception. We all know how Tokyo Revengers ending, what was going on with that. But when discussing just minor shortcomings in the manga and explore how even with these imperfections, it still triumphs over the anime, it tells you something. And that's why I genuinely think that the manga of Tokyo Revengers, even though it does have its issues here and there, is still much better than the anime. Season 2, why? Because Season 1 was still great. Don't get me wrong, I love Season 1 of Tokyo Revengers, and I still enjoy Season 2 of Tokyo Revengers. I just understand that at that time, Tokyo Revengers, it probably could have waited a little bit longer so that it can have a better Season 2, especially with the arc it was. You see, the Black Dragon arc is easily one of my favorite arcs, and it just didn't compare to what I wanted it to. And again, you know, this is my opinion. Some others may have different, but I genuinely think that the Tokyo Revengers arc, just read the manga. And with that said, y'all have a blessed one.